What is up, everybody? We are live in the booth, and I am talking to you all about a super crucial topic today. I'm going to be moving around my Gemini rising. I'm going to be moving around, but I am going to be coming to you all with some good information and just some things to think about, really. Like, I'm not really saying, oh, I know this, and, that's not what I'm coming to you all to do. Like, I'm just really just sharing like my life and sharing the things that that come up in my life and things that I think that we should be aware of as we move into a more evolved consciousness, as we evolve ourselves into love beings, into God beings, who we are. And then as we step out of the illusion. So if you're stepping out of the illusion, then welcome. Sometimes it gets tough because you go in and out, until you eventually get to a space where you can have a stable enlightenment. So the thing that I wanted to talk about today is hate, jealousy, envy, and competition. And they are so deeply rooted into our lives, especially if you, period, they're deeply rooted into your lives. I could say, especially if you live in America, but no, they're just deeply rooted into everyone's lives, no matter where we live, no matter where we are. Those things are deeply rooted into our lives, and sometimes we don't even notice that we're doing them. I'm not exempt from these things. You're not exempt from these things, okay? You're not exempt from them. And the sooner that you realize that you're not exempt, the better. The better that we'll all be. Why? Because we know, hey, I am capable of hate. Wait, no, I am capable of jealousy. Wait, oh, no, I am capable of competition. Oh, wait, I am capable of envy. And the sooner that we all come to that realization, the better, because now we can be in our more authentic selves. We can actually practice self-awareness, which Soul and Vibration, absolutely love her videos on YouTube. And and the thing that she says all the time, self-awareness is a superpower. And it really is. I mean, because it allows you to go, and it allows you to go so much further, like into yourself and into like the understanding of yourself, and furthermore the understanding of people. Okay, so let's talk about hate. So I wrote a few definitions down. So hate means to feel intense or passionate dislike for someone. So we're all in the culture and everybody's like, oh, she a hater. This person's a hater. Da-da-da-da-da. And people be like, I don't like her. Ooh, I don't like him. Baby, look. I'm trying to understand, why do that even come out of people's mouths? Like, and it has come out of my mouth before too. Like, oh, I don't like that person. Why? Why don't you like that person? What is it within you that this person is showing a mirror reflection and you don't like it? And so now you want to say you don't like that person. Well, maybe you don't like yourself. Maybe you don't like that characteristic that's in that person and it's actually in you. So maybe you are rejecting some type of part of you, which is a blind spot, and you can't see it. Like, for instance, me, like sometimes I don't like people who are like super materialistic, and I think that I disregard that space in me. Like my first time coming through like my spiritual awakening, when it first happened, I was like in my like 22, 23. And so I kind of just like stepped away from like materialism in a whole different way. Like, if you know me, or if you see me, if you follow my page, you know I rarely wear makeup. I rarely have on like, like any type of enhancers and stuff like that. Like, I literally just went on like a, oh, this is me type of thing. And so sometimes when I see people, used to when I see people and they are really materialistic, I'm like, you're shallow, you're basic. But they're not shallow, they're not basic, they're not anything, they're just who they are. And they're showing me something that I have rejected in myself, the materialism and the things like that, right? So I could have had hate for those people. So when we talk about hate, also it says expresses strong dislike, criticism, or abuse. I am very critical of people, and I judge people as well. And I don't think I'll ever stop. I think it's actually one of my gifts and strengths and talents. And I know that eventually people will pay me for my criticism and pay me for my judgments of seeing them for who they are and just pulling out the error so that we can fix it, baby. It's no malice in that. I have no malice in that. But when you're talking to someone and you are judging them and there is malice and there's a malicious intent to hurt them, to abuse them, and then abuse also goes into hate. And abuse, the definition for abuse is improper or excessive use or treatment. So it's improper to tell someone, oh, you ain't shit, you this, you that, like, you ain't gonna never do this, you can't never do that, like, you don't know how to do this, you don't know how to, like, that's abuse. No matter how we want to look at it, no matter how we want to shake it, turn it up, stir it around, it's abuse. Okay, and especially when it's excessive, it's no longer like, okay, like, I'm giving you a little critique, like, letting you know. Like, when it has gotten to the point where it's not that anymore, then it's gone on to abuse. So we're talking about hate and how hate goes into abuse. How hate can look like criticism, over criticism. And it's not a hate necessarily for you. It's a hate for themselves. We're battling with this really bad in our society. Really, really bad. And then we get into envy. Okay? So envy is what most people talk about. Oh, man, the love be fake, but the hate be real. This is what people are talking about. They're really talking about envy. They're really talking about envy. And so basically what that is, envy is you seeing what someone else has and you are fixated on it and you want it for yourself. And so it turns something in your heart that this person has it and you don't. And you can express that in, oh, well, she just got that by doing this. Or, oh, well, he did that, he do this so he can do that. Like tearing their accomplishments down or tearing whatever it is that they have, tearing it down in order to I guess lift your shortcomings up. Lift your shortcomings up. You want to tear this other person down and you want to tear what they have down, right? And because you're envious of them. Resentful longing aroused. So this is something that's aroused within you. I think that it has a lot to do with the heart. And of course the heart is not here. I'm kind of coming to the realization that the heart is all over. And you may be in the heart type of thing. I don't know. Not finished working that out. But resentful longing aroused by someone else's possessions. So this could be something that they have materially, spiritually, financially, which I guess is materially, emotionally. You're just looking at that person and you absolutely can't stand that they have it, and you're envious because you want it. It's like coveting someone's wife, coveting someone's husband. And like they say all the time, men will tell you, hey, when I post a picture with my girlfriend, I get more likes, DMs, things like that way before, because people, this is a problem in our society. Hate, envy, it's a huge deal. It's a huge problem, and it can come through anyone. It has come through me. It has come through you. So we have to clean our hearts, and I'll get to that at the end of the video about cleaning your heart after we dissect these things for what they really are. And so the powers that be that want to keep us in a lower vibration, they want to keep us from not evolving, they really want to keep us separate. They want to keep us in a state of war and in a state of violence and not in a state of love, because we are the power, we are the people, we are God. And they want to keep us in a space of not knowing who we are. Keep us in a space of seeing ourselves as separate from the other person. And in doing this, it creates those types of emotions, and they just go full force. Oh man, how can we get these motherfuckers to hate each other? Create Instagram. Period. Now you go on Instagram, you're scrolling through people's lives, you're looking at all these pictures on social media. You know, this person has big boobs, you got flat, you don't got no boobs. This person has a big waist, big hips, you don't have any of that, you're skinny. So now you're envious of that person. You want it so bad, so now you can go create it if you like. You can go be just like that person if you like. And it all stems from envy, jealousy, hate, and competition. It all stems from there. Because why would everybody think that they are supposed to have the same body? Everybody's not supposed to have the same body. Everybody's not supposed to have the same face. It's the expression of God. It's the expression of God and how God expresses itself. Right? So, of course, you know, humans are corrupt. God's creations, they, you know, don't care about messing them up. Don't care about really, you know, doing certain things or whatever. So, it is what it is. So, you have that, right? All right. So, now let's get into jealous. So, jealous is not the same as envious. And I think a lot of people use those words interchangeably when they're really not the same. So jealous is related to the suspicion of a person doing something. Jealous is you really being protective. Like, this my shit. Don't touch my shit. I'm jealous about this. I'm protective. My kids, my spouse, my car, my home. You know, I'm jealous of those things. And they talk about the Scorpio energy, and Scorpio is known for being jealous, but it's not envious. We're not talking about envy, we're talking about protection. Because I'm a Scorpio sun, and I'm also a Scorpio. I also have a stellium in Scorpio, but this is not about that. I'm gonna do more astrology videos. Anywho, so I'm extremely jealous, extremely protective over my home, over my family, over people who I consider to be a part of me. I'm extremely jealous. I'm not envious of you or anything that you have going on. I'm not envious of them or anything that they have going on, but what I am is protective, and I am going to protect those people at all costs. And I can't go to the extremes in doing that. So let's talk about competition. So I don't want y'all to see that. I don't want y'all to see that because this is bad. It's bad food. It's bad food. Pray for me. Pray for me. So basically what we're talking about is competition. So we are so trained to be in competition with people. We're trained from birth, okay? So let's come to that conclusion that we're trained from birth, okay? To be in competition with the other person, to be in competition with our brother, to be in competition with our sister. We have been trained to do that, okay? And a little competition is not super bad. But, yeah, I'm not using that. A little competition is not super bad, but what we do is we run the risk of becoming envious in the process, based on what someone else has. And even when you talk about, you know, sports and, you know, things like that, and you talk about, people being in competition in sport and people saying, oh, well, this person is better than this person or this person is better. These are two athletes. They are not pinned up against each other, but that's what they do. They program us to pin Michael Jordan against LeBron, to pin Kobe against LeBron, to pin Steph against Kyrie. They do this to us and program us that way so that we can be programmed to do that in our everyday lives. And we are not meant to be competition, because I am who I am. I have a soul mission. I have a soul purpose. That's why no one looks exactly like you. No one has the same fingerprint that you have. No one is you, and that is your lane. That is your lane. Now, swerving into somebody else's lane competition, envy, hate. And it's rampant. It's rampant. It's not just, you know, it's not just Susie down the street. No, it's Susie down the street. It's Susie next door. It's Ben that live, you know, that go to school with you. It's your boss. It's, you know, it's coming up in all people, because the devil doesn't care the devil don't care what that spirit, that fear, basically, because it's fearful that, oh, this person's gonna be better than me. Oh, it's fear that, oh, people are gonna like this person more than they like me. It's fear. All of this is fear-based. Hate, fear, abuse, fear, envy, fear, jealousy, fear. All of those things are fear-based. So how do we get out of this? How do we get out of this and get more into an evolved humanity? Get more into involved humanity and involved people who aren't just pointing the finger and saying that motherfucker's a hater, but actually saying, oh damn, I think I've been a hater. Oh shit, girl. Damn. Let me check my motherfucking self. Okay, so that's when we get to the point where we are actually evolving as a human being, and we're actually doing the work, because we're actually self-aware and analyzing ourselves. Okay, so hate, jealousy, and envy, they know it. The powers that be that run the earth, that are over the domain of the earth, but they're losing grip because people are evolving. Not everyone. Not everyone. It's not everyone. But we're doing our work. We're doing, the people who are watching this video, the people who do know exactly what I'm talking about, you're one of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, or you're the ops. And you just watching the video so you can know how, you know, we think and know how we move and shit like that. But I'm always 10 steps ahead of you, because I'm on God's team. So I'm always going to come out on top. Because that's what light does. It always wins, okay? Competition. Ah! That was kind of competition. The winner and loser thing was derived from thinking about competition. So maybe I should rephrase that instead of saying, oh, well, good always wins. Good just always shows itself. Like, it's just a champion, you know? Like, God, good, like universal love, universal consciousness. Like, it just always shows itself. It always comes through. You know what I mean? Like, it's never gonna leave you hanging. Like, you can always choose it. Like, at no point of life there is that you can't choose that. You know what I'm saying? You still gonna pay for the things that you did, but at the same time, you can kind of alchemize those things that you have done, that hate, that jealousy, that envy, that competition. Alchemize that and turn it into something that you can use. Turn it into love. Turn it into passion for your purpose. Turn it into nourishing for your family. Turn it into you being a helping hand for people who need it. You know what I mean? And that's really what your calling is, when you transmute that energy. Because I don't feel like people will call here to be a piece of shit. I just don't. Or sheep. I don't feel like people were called here to be that, even though people are going to choose that, because I guess it's just easier. Right? It's just easier. It's easier to be a hater than it is to say, it's easier to be a hater and continue to be in hate, jealousy, envy, competition. It's easier to do that than to actually boss up and be like, damn, I am a fucking hater. Like, I did that shit. So now I'm going to alchemize that and turn it into love. That's a boss. Because you're a boss of you. You're a boss of you. Who cares about anybody else? Like, you're a boss of you. You're the master of your fate. You have mastered yourself. So that's when you know you're walking in the right direction and you're doing something, you're doing correct things. Okay? So that is that. Hate, jealousy, envy, competition, they are the root. The root is fear. But they are the root of our issues in the world, period. And when you scroll on Instagram, Stop looking at what somebody seemingly has and you don't. Stop looking at somebody and saying, oh, well, she ain't this and she ain't that. Like, cut it, yo. Cut it. Just be friend. Just be cool. Stop thinking that it's normal to not like a motherfucker, because it's not. It's not normal to say, oh, I don't like her. And then people have told you, yeah, everybody ain't gonna like everybody, and you know, this, then the third. No, everybody is supposed to like everybody. Everybody's supposed to love everybody. You don't have no damn reason. What's your reason for not liking this person? What's your reason for not, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have a reason to. Because once you see that all things, nothing is separate from you, you can see people for who they are. And I don't know if this is just something, I'm starting to really think that this is a gift that, a gift that I have, and it's been, you know, kind of troublesome to me for a little while, of really just seeing people, like, just cut through, you know, and it doesn't bother me. I'm still going to show you compassion. I'm still going to show you love, even though I see that shit in your eyes. You know, I see it, you know, and so not saying all the time that I don't react to it, because sometimes I do, because I'm a Scorpio. I'm protective. I'm protective from my heart. I'm protective over me. So I will lash out. You know what I'm saying? If I see that. So me just becoming more of a control, having more mastery over self. And time will show that. And time will show that. So I encourage you all to have mastery over yourself. Have mastery over who you are. Have mastery over what you bring to the table. Have mastery over your gifts, your talents, what you came here to do. Because everybody is different. We all have a different fingerprint, right? So everybody's different. So we're talking about hate. We're talking about jealousy. We're talking about envy. And we're talking about competition. Why are you looking at her and saying, ooh, well, we do this better and we do that better? You know, it's really hurtful. It's really hurtful to even compare kids. It's really hurtful to compare, you know, to compare anything. Why are you comparing an apple and a pear? A pear is for this, an apple is for that. They both have great benefits. So we have to be aware of when we're doing things like this, and we have to start alchemizing the energy and turning it into gold, because we all supposed to be here prosperous, abundant, whatever prosperous and abundance looks like for you. It's homeless people that are abundant. It's homeless people that are prosperous. So that's for you to interpret. That's for your own soul evolution. You understand what I'm saying? So I love y'all, and I'm wishing y'all love. I'm wishing y'all peace, and I'm wishing you all abundance forever and always. We live in the booth. Look in the description below. You want to book a natal chart reading, check out the website. We're all about holistic health. A lot of holistic products on there. More on the way. Yeah, and just tap in. Like, just tap in, y'all. Like, it's over for, like, hate, jealousy, envy, competition. Like, it's really over for that shit, for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and now I'm alchemizing it, and I'm going to turn it into something else. I'm going to turn it into gold. You know what I'm saying? So I love you all. I hope that you all are on this same trajectory, on that same path. Stop the hate. Stop the hate. Stop the competition. You know what I'm saying? Stop doing that. It's real hurtful. It's really hurtful to humanity. Not just hurtful to who you're doing it to. It's really hurtful to us as a collective. Because we all have to be in this shit. We all have to feel that. And they already giving it to us so much in everything. You know what I'm saying? So we got to be the change. All right. Love y'all. Peace.